Stimulus check in the account. Let's go. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting. Time to get that Ultimate Fallout 4 back in the PC, baby. Let's go. Hit up the eBay. Ultimate Fallout 4, baby. Let's go ahead and go big with the 9.8. Today's comic book market is absolutely just crazy. I don't even know what to think about it right now. And we don't talk a lot of speculation and you know where the market is on our channel a whole lot. But I feel like right now with the way things are, we definitely should be talking about it a little bit. And I'm going to give you guys basically where I'm at on everything and how it's affecting me as a collector. So the first thing is, obviously, you guys have noticed over the past year, I've kind of shifted away from new comic book day books, and I've really kind of tapered that down to a very small pull list, and I've been really focusing on grabbing the Silver Age and Bronze Age books, Captain America runs, anything that I find with Ghost Rider and characters that I love. I've been chasing down different artists that I enjoy and picking that kind of stuff up, just really diving into the old back issues this past year. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been very enjoyable. I've gotten some great deals on some great books, but it kind of seems like that may be coming to an end for me. I mean, you know, it's just crazy where the prices on everything is, and for me, it makes it a lot harder to justify paying and you know what is being asked for some of these books that I've been wanting to get. I'm very happy to have knocked out probably 95% of my 2021 must-have hunt list before now, because if I hadn't, then 2021 hunt list probably wouldn't be happening for me. There are books that have doubled, tripled, quadrupled in price, and I have no idea why, other than the fact that I don't know. You know, everybody's been getting a lot of the stimulus checks, so I know that probably has a lot to do with it. It's like, you know, we know the stimulus checks are coming, so people have got a little bit of extra money, so we can raise the prices up on the books a little bit, and people are still going to buy them because, you know, as a comic book collector, when you hear stimulus check or you hear tax refund, you're like, first thing you think of is, what comic book do I want to buy? What big book do I want to buy? I know that was my first thoughts every time, and I'm sure for the majority of people out there, that were your thoughts as well. So you got to think that the people who have these books that are trying to move them are thinking the same thing. So obviously they want to capitalize, which is great, because, hey, it's a seller's market right now. So, you know, capitalism at its finest, which is a fantastic thing. You know, if the money's coming, like, you know, people are willing to pay it, you know, get a little more out of that Amazing Spider-Man 300 or the Ultimate Fallout number 4. For me personally, though, I'm finding it harder and harder to find prices on books that I want, that I feel okay paying. I've been looking for several things lately, and you know, 4 months ago when I was looking at them, when I was trying to figure out what I was going to hunt down this year, I had prices that I saw that I had in mind, and I was kind of like, okay, well, maybe I'll add that because I might be able to get to this. And then now these books are getting so far out of reach, it's almost like, man, like I don't know what to do. The market is just crazy on everything. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter what the book is. You're not going to get it as cheap as you would have a year ago. And so it's kind of gotten me to the point where, like, I don't know what to do anymore. I've gotten my pull list down right where I want it, and I've finally gotten to a place financially where I was able to start looking at getting some books that maybe over the past couple of years I thought were way out of reach, and now I've just gotten to a financial point where I'm like, man, I can actually start looking at getting some of these books. And then the last, I don't know, 6 months happened, and I'm just watching these books just getting further and further out of reach. I had them right at the tips of my fingers, and now they're a mile down the road. Can't even see them anymore. Not to say that I can't still afford them, but it's being able to justify spending an extra $500 or $600 on some of these books. Sometimes even an extra $150 to $200 is still just like, I don't know. So yeah, the comic book market just kind of almost has me sitting at a standstill. I've been considering like just cutting it off completely. No more big books. If I digging through a back issue bin and I find something cheap that looks good, that's something I wanted, cool. But as far as just getting out and actively tracking down and hunting down, these big key books that I've been looking for, maybe they're not even keys, maybe they're just, Silver Age and Bronze Age books that I have been wanting but are now just going crazy. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm just gonna I'm coming to a complete halt on all of that, and I don't think that I'm gonna take those funds and necessarily put it into more new comic book day books, because I kind of had gotten to a point where I was buying so many books and I wasn't reading them all, and I just had stuff on my pull list. I'd never thought about taking them off until I get it on new comic book day, and why do I have this? So I finally got the pull list down to a very, very reasonable weekly average. So I'm going to keep that there. And I feel like I've got to dial back on the back issue purchases as well, just because I don't want to get caught up in the craziness that's going on right now. And hey, I may be making a big mistake, because it might be a get it now, or the prices are just going to keep climbing and keep climbing and keep climbing. But what I'm trying to do is keep that FOMO in check. That's the biggest thing as a collector for me, is keeping the FOMO in check, man. Don't run out and grab something because you feel like you're not going to get your hands on it ever again if you don't get it now. That's something that I always have fought with. So, the market right now is definitely booming. It is absolutely crazy. It's wild. And it doesn't just hit with the Silver Age and the Bronze Age and the Copper Age and the Golden Age. Modern books are they're just, a whole nother animal right now. It is absolutely wild in a time where we don't have a lot of the movie spec driving things right now. I think it just has a lot to do with people at this point have had a lot of disposable income, sitting at home with not a lot to do, and start trying to think of something to keep themselves busy in their free time and spare time. So what do? You start looking at things that made you happy as a kid. And I think that's where a lot of this is coming from too, where you have people who are now adults that, maybe they collected as a kid and they just hadn't really gotten into it anymore, and they've got disposable income and free time. So they're getting back into comic books, which is great. It is a fantastic thing. But what happens when the world, turns back around and people start going back to work and the stimulus checks stop coming in? Will everything sustain at those prices, or will things start to kind of level off a little more? Not saying that I think everything's going to just drop right back down to where we were in 2019, because I don't see that happening at all, obviously. I think I would be crazy to think that would happen, but I do think that a lot of things are going to work themselves out, as far as certain books being just blown way, way up. I think there are a lot of books that are going to start to taper back down and even out. Like I said, maybe not back to where they were a year ago, but anything is going to be a little more affordable for me than what is going on right now. And like I said, this is just me. I just thought this would be something interesting to share with you guys, because it's just been a personal struggle I've been having for the last month or two, as I've been really trying to check off the last few things off my 2021 hunt list before it just gets even more out of hand and I just can't seem to catch up. But I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Drop me a comment. Let me know, is this something that you've felt the effect of as far as the prices of everything, how that's affecting your purchasing habits, getting your hands on different books that you've really been wanting. Is it something you feel like you have to grab those now before it's going to be even further out of reach? Or are you deciding that you're just going to completely hold off on them too and see where the market falls maybe in 6 months to a year from now? So drop me a comment, guys, and let me know exactly what you think about it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, maybe think about doing that. Maybe today's the day that we get that subscription from you. We would really appreciate that. And if you are a subscriber and you haven't already joined the channel, definitely check into that. And if you feel like you want to do that, you can hit that join button and become one of us. You guys are the best part of Two Brothers Comics, and as always, collect your way.